Hello everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we're talking about 6 tips to help you live debt-free. If you're brand new here, my name is Rachel and welcome to the Oak and Lamb YouTube channel. If you have been a long time supporter and subscriber, welcome back. We're so glad to have you. Now, I, as well as my husband, have had lots of struggle years before we met and growing up. There was a lot of pinching pennies and making lists and lots of budgets that were made. And through the years and all of the learning that we have done, we have really, I feel like, found some great tips on how to live debt-free. Now that is way easier said than doing it, acting it out. It's way easier to talk about living debt-free, but you can follow these 6 tips to really help you jumpstart and get started doing that today. You're not gonna like this one, okay? You're not gonna like this one. Do not get a credit card and cancel the ones that you've got. Now you might be thinking, Rachel, oh my gosh, but my credit score, I need to build my credit. You should have done that in your 20s. Now sometimes that just doesn't happen. Sometimes things just don't work out and you just don't have very good credit in your 20s, 30s, 40s, so on. If that is you, I suggest going to like a financial advisor, getting a consultation and seeing what you can do to get your credit up. But from my experience, especially when you're young, credit cards are just not a good idea, okay? And that brings me to another point, which is never purchase something unless you have that amount of money in the bank. Now, this is not gonna go for cars or homes necessarily. Of course, this isn't something that's feasible, but I'm talking about most things that we as Americans put on credit cards on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. If you do not have the money for that in your bank account, you don't have any business purchasing it. Now, I want to give a PSA. This is not going to be for those who are struggling, who have absolutely no other means of survival than a credit card. I totally understand you can dig out of that hole later in life. If that is your only option, I understand. Do what's best for you and your family. I get it. But if at all possible, don't have any credit cards. If you have a credit card, make it an emergency credit card. Have it there. Do not use it. If you have to use a credit card, pay it off every single month like clockwork. The reason why I say just try not to have them at all is because paying them off like clockwork is just so impossible for so many people. And then 1 month goes by, you keep adding on there, you're just paying interest, you're getting underwater, soon you're drowning in your credit card debt because you didn't have the money to pay for something you paid for with a credit card, and then you rinsed and repeated that over and over and over and over. I fell victim to it when I was younger too, although I had super smart parents who helped me get a credit card from my local bank. I actually was able to get a credit card when I turned 18 because I had been employed full-time for so long. And my limit was only $500. So if I maxed out my credit card when I was 18 years old, me maxing that out would only be $500. I could pay that off with not a whole lot of detriment to my credit score. I have a very good credit score. It's almost 800 now. But never getting a credit card or canceling the ones you have, maybe keeping one for an absolute emergency, or if you do decent with credit cards, you can keep that. Just make sure you're paying it off every single month. Never go more than 30 days without paying your credit card off. Some people pay it off weekly. Whatever you want to do is fine. Now, always shop around for just about anything that you have and look for lower prices. I'm not talking about lower quality item. Look for the same item, but from multiple different places, multiple different manufacturers, multiple different stores, because part of like the convenience and paying for convenience will be you see it, you click it, you buy it, or you see it in a store and you go ahead and buy it. You're not shopping around to see hey, maybe this store price matches, or maybe I can find this at a lower price online. Maybe I can find this at a lower price in store than online, etc. All that type of stuff. Make sure whatever you're purchasing, you're looking at other places to make sure you're getting the best deal. You could save tens or hundreds of dollars and not even know that you could save that much if you don't look around for different prices. Okay, this one might shock everybody. Learn to do your own basic repairs, okay? If you are an able-bodied individual and you think that you could come out spending less money than it would take to, let's just say your toilet, for example, okay? Before you call a plumber, you're like, something's wrong with my toilet. You have absolutely no idea what a resource YouTube and Google is nowadays. I would urge you to Google, watch some YouTube videos, maybe run to Lowe's and get a couple of tools. Also, I'm not telling you to do this. This is not advice from me. But if you need a specific wrench or a specific tool to do one job at home, you take it home, you use that wrench to do one job that you had, take it back. Return it. You might never need that wrench again in your entire life. And if you're just not in the way where you can spend the money and keep that tool, because let's face it, tools and things like that, repair materials, can be very expensive. So definitely see if that is an avenue you can take as far as watching YouTube videos and Googling things. What could the problem be? Maybe try and call a family member if they are kind of handy and see if they could do it. Try things before you make the choice to call someone that you're going to have to pay, okay? I know it's super convenient, but if you're trying to live debt-free, if you're trying to pinch pennies as it were, then doing your own home repairs whenever possible will be worth it if you are meticulous when you do it. Now, some home repairs can be an absolute money pit for you, where a professional could come in and be like, oh yeah, I can fix that in 5 minutes. Bing, bam, boom. If you don't do the proper research and the proper if you don't go the proper way about it, you could end up spending a lot more money than even hiring a professional. So definitely use your discretion on that one, but when at all possible, like I said, the example of the toilet, if something's wrong with it, it might be a super easy fix. You might have to spend no money at all rather than calling a plumber and having to pay a fee for them to even come out to your house. Now, this one, if you find yourself going out every day purchasing coffee, if you find yourself going out once a week or every other week getting your nails done, all that stuff, try to learn how to do it at home, okay? I know you're going to be like, oh, that's no fun. You will be absolutely shocked how much money that you are spending on like beauty, self-care out, okay? You might actually find it more fulfilling, more relaxing to do it yourself. I have started doing now I never did go and get my nails done really. A job I had forever ago used to actually have an allowance to pay for us to go get our nails done because we were on camera so much. So I would definitely take advantage of that. It's a free manicure. I'm not going to turn that down. But personally, I just never go to the salon to get my nails done, but I love to do them at home. I do my pedicures at home every other week, and I do my nails every single week. And basically that's just cleaning them up, cuticle work. I put like a nail strengthener on there, buff them out, scrub under them good, cut them, file them, and I really find it relaxing. I always do it when my son is taking his nap. I get a little drink, a snack, turn on a movie, pedicure, manicure. I really find it relaxing. I love to do it. Same thing with your coffee. Try and make your coffee at home. If you need to invest a little bit of money up front, in a new coffee maker, in a new cup to make you happy, in some new syrups, do that if that's what makes you happy. But living debt-free is something that you will have to work on every day. It's something that you will have to remind yourself of every single day when you get in your car to take your kids to school, to not turn in Starbucks and get an $8 coffee. Go back home, make it yourself for literally way more than even a fraction of the cost, okay? Now, sometimes get yourself a treat. You only live once. Life is not about you know, making things harder on yourself. You want a good balance of sweet treat and try not to be in debt. So credit cards, do your best with them. In all honesty, it's best not to have them. I know that's just not a reality for a lot of people. If you have them, pay them off weekly or at the very least monthly, okay? Try not to have them at all unless you really need to up your credit, in which case, again, pay them off very, very quickly. Honestly, credit cards are a recipe for disaster. Honestly, in my opinion, they are. Number 2, make your own coffee at home. Number 3, learn how to do your own nails. Now that number is going to be sub-genre'd out to anything that applies to you as far as self-care and all that. If you like to get your eyebrows dyed, if you like to do your lashes, try and learn to do all that at home, even if you have to invest a little bit up front. It will pay for itself in no time when you have stopped paying for the convenience of going out and getting those things done. Never purchase anything unless you have money in the bank for it. That is a really good rule of thumb, especially if you're still in your 20s and you're like trying to figure out the big world ahead. If you want to buy an $8,000 couch and you ain't got $8,000 in the bank, do not put that on a credit card. Don't do it. Sit in a $5 lawn chair from Walmart until you can save up enough, and then it'll be even more worth it because you saved up money for it. Be very smart with your money. Be very smart with credit cards. Shop around for everything to look for a better price. See if people price match. You just never know if you can get a discount on something unless you do a little bit of research, ask, look around, all that good stuff. Now, my husband is a wealth of knowledge about all of these types of things. He is a business owner. He has worked lots of jobs. He has really ran himself up the totem pole, and it has been really great to see and to hear about his journey growing up and, you know, with his money situations and trying to be debt-free and getting into debt and getting out of debt. And it's very inspiring, and I've, of course, have had my own struggles with money and bills and debt and budgeting. And, you know, there are some months when what we had was ramen and bologna sandwiches, and that was going to get us through, but we were going to be fine. We were going to be floating. We were not going to be in debt because we budgeted, because we try to do repairs at home. We always looked for prices of things. And honestly, I cut out all forms of self-care. When you have to hone in and really pinch pennies that much, who cares if your nails are done? Who cares if your lashes are done? Who cares if you're drinking fancy coffee? Nobody, and you really shouldn't care either, okay? Who cares if you dress head to toe from anything from Walmart? Literally 95% of my clothes are from Walmart or Old Navy, and I am giddy about it. I love it. I'm a busy mom. Comfort is key for me. I do not give a crap about brands if you're wearing Nike or Lululemon or whatever, and nobody else does. If you're worried about what other people think of you, don't. Think about your own happiness. Do what makes you happy. If you need to make budget cuts here and there, do them. If it's saving your peace and keeping your sanity, keeping you and your family afloat, do not care what anybody else thinks while you are trying to get out of debt. Some people will be in debt until the day they die, pass that debt to their kids, to their kids, to their kids. Just stop the cycle, get out of debt. You will breathe so much easier. There is no amount of money you can put on the price of peace, okay? And peace comes with living debt-free, living within your means, sticking to a budget, all that good stuff. So if you enjoy content like this, we would love to put some more content out. If you have enjoyed this video, let me know down below what tip you're going to implement first in your life. If you did enjoy it, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. That is a phenomenal, completely free way to support us and what we do here at Oak and Lamb. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you guys another day for another video.